The scripture of focus comes to us from Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. I will now briefly share with you two of my favorite Bible characters who I believe many of us can relate to. The first one is Esther. Esther, a Jew, because of her beauty, was chosen as the wife of the king of Persia. One of the king's officials came up with a plot to have all the Jews killed. By the way, the Jews and the Persians were enemies, as Persia had conquered Israel and the Jews were forced to live in that country. When Esther's uncle Mordecai found out about the evil plot, he convinced Esther that she was at the right place at the right time to be in a position to talk to the king and persuade him to save the lives of the people of God. Esther had self-doubt, and she feared that she would be killed if she tried to go in the presence of the king without him calling for her. The short of this story is that Esther used her gift of beauty as well as the ability to strategize to meet with the king and told him of the evil plot to destroy her people. Their lives were eventually spared because of her efforts. Now Moses was also placed in a position to lead God's people to safety. He was also in the right place at the right time. Like Esther, Moses had self-doubt and fear that he would be killed by this great man who was responsible for the captivity of God's people. So, what both of these Bible characters had in common include they had a great task to do that seemed impossible to accomplish. 2. They doubted their God-given abilities. They doubted that they could do it, that they were called for a task such as this. They feared, number 3, they feared something or someone that seemed a lot more powerful than they were. And number 4, most importantly, they eventually accomplished the task given to them with the help of God, who gave them the task in the first place. There are so many takeaways, but I will only share 3 of the main ones with you today. Number 1, whatever situation you find yourself in, if God allows it, then it was designed to grow you and make you strong. God does not want us to be victims. He wants us to be survivors so that we can use our experiences to help others or to prevent others from going through the same things that we did. Number 2, God is never surprised by anything bad or good that happens to us. He is never surprised by the situations that you face. You see how Esther and Moses was placed by God in their positions to accomplish what God wanted them to do. He also knew that they would have doubt and fear and would complain, but he was already prepared to show them how to depend on him completely. Number 3, God is with us in every situation. As the text says, He made a promise to us and God never changes. So even when you feel abandoned, that is never true. God is there reminding you of His promise to never leave you nor forsake you.